So over the past 4 months, I've been working with my team on improving our multi-user environment usage. And this has sort of come about the possibility of being able to work from home and in the office and across the network. Instead of having our multi-user environment set up within an office network environment, which would limit you just to be able to work in an office, we've set up our multi-user environment in the cloud. In that, we've also created a standalone application I want to share with you. This is the SteelDesigner Pro multi-user standalone application. So basically what it does is it gives you a list of the projects that you've got inside your multi-user environment. So here's a project that I've been working on with my team. So it's just collecting all the files from the web server, and then it's going to populate the component list. So we're using a table with a built-in T file type structure. If you can see here, I've got my zones at this level and other folders. So it's picked up the folder structure of the project that I've selected. If I want the files that are in the very top level, you go down and there's my files. And you can see which ones have been checked out and who's checked them out. At the moment, I've got all my files checked out myself. And as I click through the files, you can see a little preview image off to the side, and you can also see the history of the file, when it was checked in, and what the check-in was all about. The most popular one, I think, should be in our mechanical area. If I was to select, let's just say, what was popular? Shoot. One. You can see that the Shoot 1 has had some significant updates in its processes of checking in. You can also check the file history here as well, and what that will do is it'll allow you to export that out. Now, same sort of similar processes as a typical PDM application works. If I was to go to the top and check the top, that would select everything in my project, and then I could simply just check it in by selecting the check in. I can select all the checked out drawings and just filter them. So these are all the checked out files that I have from the server, and I can select those, and I then can check them in. I can release the ownership of them. So when I release ownership, I check in the files onto the server and I release ownership, which means now they belong on the server and anybody in my team can get access to them. When I check out a file, it means that it's on the server and I can get access to it to check it out. If I want the latest of the file, that means that somebody in my team has created a new zone or added in a new worlded member and they've checked it in. I can see that that file is available in the check-in system, and I can get the latest and copy that down to my local vault. I can also look at the project history. I can even look at the file as a larger viewable picture so that I can see what it is that I'm looking at other than just looking at the image onto the right hand side. There are some nice little features in here that will allow you to be able to work in a team environment across the cloud, and we're able to view just about everything that we've worked on in here as we get the latest. And you can see currently which ones I have checked out. It's very clear, and releasing ownership is very simple. It will copy the file from your local vault to your server, and in this case I've done a little sneaky. A little sneaky works really well, and we've set it up to do this if you want to, because it's quite cheap. What we've done is we've set up a Dropbox under a business account, and each person in my team has a Dropbox linked to their personal name, plus they can get access to all of our project files. And what we do is we work locally in a local vault environment, and then from that local vault environment we are able to check in, which copies the file from my vault to my Dropbox in a location that's been specified in SteelDesigner Pro, and as it copies it across, it updates the database in the cloud after it's copied across and switches it to checked in. If you release it, it will switch it to server so that the server owns it. If it's a new file that hasn't been checked in, it will say local only, so it tells you whether or not you have not checked the file in at all for anybody to get access to. We're finding that this is a very, very simple, easy way of being able to work in an environment where we've got a database linked to a syncing system such as Dropbox. And Dropbox is quite cheap, considering that if you were to look at what other document sharing applications are out there for cloud purposes, we find that this is fairly simple. Now, we also offer our cloud server for you to use if you want your own cloud server set up so that you maintain and own the files and they're within your system and your network. Please talk to us about that. We can certainly set one up for you, obviously for an additional fee, and we'll certainly quote you a fee for that. Okay, so this pretty much covers everything that's happened in the last week of videos that we've pushed through, and with this in mind, our system is now ready for us to make it more robust, and all the features that we currently have in the application will obviously set us up for 2021 SolidWorks. I look forward to meeting with you if I haven't met you, and I also would like to say thank you for watching all of our videos, and I hope that you've learnt a lot. Talk to you soon.